Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN TV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications.
Foreboding signs of violence during the September 19, 2020 governorship election in Edo State are already palpable as the crisis rocking the State House of Assembly deepens few weeks to the contest. In this report, correspondent Tekena Miofuri takes a look at the deteriorating political climate ahead of the governorship election, as well as options available to the political actors to avert violence at the polls.
Last week, the protracted crisis rocking the Edo State House of Assembly took a new twist. 17 members of the House belonging to the All Progressives Congress had a sitting outside the Assembly complex and impeached Speaker of the House, Right Honorable Frank Okiye, and Deputy Speaker Yekini Idiaye for alleged misconduct.
Hereby move for the impeachment of the Speaker, Right Honorable Frank Okiye, and Deputy Speaker for gross misconduct, high-handedness, and continued breach of the relevant sections of the House rules.
The lawmakers allege that contrary to the standard practice of inaugurating a full House, Governor Godwin Obaseki on June 17, 2019, chose to inaugurate the Edo State House of Assembly with only 9 members in attendance, adding that the impeached Speaker and his deputy acted as agents of the governor by preventing 14 of their colleagues from attending the inauguration. However, Governor Obaseki in a statewide broadcast maintained that the 14 lawmakers deliberately refused to present themselves for inauguration and stayed away from the assembly on their own volition. According to the governor, their seats were declared vacant after absenting themselves for a period of 180 sitting days.
Following this action by the leadership of the House, the 14 members-elect approached the Federal High Court, Abuja, to challenge the constitutionality or otherwise of the declaration of their seats vacant. This suit is still pending in the court. This unfortunate situation has festered because a former governor of the state is bent on throwing Edo State into crisis ahead of the forthcoming governorship elections.
The crisis in the Edo State House of Assembly, happening barely weeks to the September 19 governorship election, sends a wrong signal about the conduct and outcome of the forthcoming polls. This scenario has prompted reactions from several independent observers, including the United States government, which recently expressed concern over the roles played by some political actors ahead of the forthcoming elections, as well as reports of interference by security forces in the political affairs of Edo State. It is a wake-up call on security agents in the country to demonstrate their neutrality before, during and after the September 19 governorship election in Edo State. Furthermore, the Independent National Electoral Commission is expected to be impartial in its conduct of the Edo governorship election. This is to allow for free, fair, and transparent polls whose outcome ought to be decided by the voting masses. For their part, the political actors are expected to play by the rules of the game to avert bloody violence throughout the electioneering period.
Inside the Niger Delta,